Juventus and Allegri are proof that you never go back to your ex. Never, ever go back to your ex. It doesn't work out, bro. It will never work out. I mean, this is the guy that took the old lady to 2 Champions League finals. And this time around, he's taken them to Europa League from a group where it was very much possible for him to take them to the round of 16. Never go back to your ex. It will never work out. You will never recapture the old memories, man. Juventus are dropping into the Europa League. What a time to be alive, man. What a time to enjoy football. Welcome everyone to MNM Sports. It's Matchweek 5, day 1 reaction, man. I told you, Juventus and Benfica was the game to watch. I called it. I knew that game was going to be one of the most exciting Champions League games ever. I mean, okay, not ever, but then you get what I mean. That was a huge game. Juventus are down. Juventus are down to the Europa League, man. I can't believe it. You know, when the draw was made, I thought Juventus and PSG would go through. I didn't know Benfica were this good. I didn't know that guy. Is it Rafa Silva? What's his name? Let me just look for his name. Yes, Rafa Silva. Man, Chelsea have to get him. Chelsea. If anyone from Chelsea ever watches this video, January, bid even £80 million for Rafa Silva. We need him in our team. We need him in our team. Anyway, guys, what a night of Champions League football, man. What a night of Champions League football. Match day 1 of Game Week 5 was indeed exciting. We got some shocker results, man. Let me just go through the results and then we talk about the games. Salzburg 1, Chelsea 2. Chelsea are through to the round of 16. That's a plus for Chelsea, man. Even though we played okay, that's a plus for Chelsea. Sevilla 3, FC Copenhagen 0. Sevilla are falling into the Europa League. That's a dangerous one. Dinamo Zagreb 0, AC Milan 4. A good victory for Milan. Celtic 1, Shakhtar Donetsk 1. I think I called the draw on this one. Leipzig 3, Real Madrid 2. The holders were shocked away Germany, man. What a victory for Leipzig. Dortmund 0 and City 0. What a boring match. PSG 7, Maccabi Haifa 2. The hounding, the humbling, everything we needed from PSG with they delivered on the night. Benfica 4, Juventus 3. Juventus are falling into the Europa League. I mean, I called this game. I called it. I told you I'll be watching this game. For me, it was the game to watch because Juventus, I knew, would do everything they have to do to try and progress to the round of 16. But then fate would have it, man. They're falling down. The old lady is in the Europa League. Yeah, ne? This is something else, man. It's something else. Imagine this. Come February next year, you have Manchester United, you have Juventus, you have Arsenal, possibly Barcelona, possibly Spurs, Sevilla in the Europa League. It will be a crack of a competition. But then it will be a crack of a competition. And let me just say this on Juventus. Juventus and Allegri are proof that you never go back to your ass. Never go back to your ex, man. It will never work out. You guys will never recapture the memories you had. It will never work out like that. You know, Allegri should have just looked for another job. Juventus should have moved into another coach. You know, because they're in the rebuilding process. Ever since Ronaldo left, that Ronaldo effect on the team took it down a turn, man. They've been trying to recapture which team they used to be. They're no longer even the best team in Italy. And honestly, in as much as they're not the best team in Italy, I was shocked to see them fall. I'm shocked. I'm still shocked to see them fall down to Europa League because I thought, okay, the group is not that hard. I mean, Benfica, PSG, yes, are most of a team. Benfica, and then Maccabi Haifa. You would expect them to. I expected it to be a battle really between them and Benfica, who goes or finishes second. Not for Juventus to be this bad, man. I mean, the goals they were conceding. Yes, the penalty against them. I think it was a harsh penalty on Quadrado. I mean, what else was he supposed to do? Where was he supposed to place his hand? But then, overall, man, Juventus have been the whipping boys of the group. I mean, they were defeated by Maccabi. I mean, not disrespect to Maccabi, but then, if you're a betting man and then you say Juventus versus Maccabi, you'd even put Juventus 3.5 over, man. It was a clear-cut group for them to proceed. But then, this is what we love about the Champions League. It's not about your history or pedigree. You have to prove on the night, that prove on throughout the game weeks, the group stages, that you are a good team, that you deserve to go through. And Juventus doesn't deserve to go through. I mean, what a shock, I mean. So Juventus, let me just go to that group quickly. Juventus, I think it's the PSG group. Yes, it's the PSG group. So PSG are 11 points. Benfica are on 11 points, Juventus on 3, and Maccabi on 3. So really, this group, in as much as PSG and Benfica have gone through, is still a battle who will finish first. And Benfica have Maccabi in the last game. Juventus have PSG. So if Juventus have some pride left, they will try and beat PSG and just spoil the route to the round of 16 for PSG. But it will be a crack of a match day 6, man. Between those two teams, again, Juventus have all to play for. I don't think Juventus will love a situation where they're not in the Europa League. I mean, at the moment, it's not a guarantee that they'll finish 4th in Serie A. So if you go to Europa, at least you try to win Europa. It's another route to the Champions League again next season. So again, in as much as the top two are above the rest, the group is far from being over. And PSG will want to make sure they finish first. The last thing PSG want is to finish second and then get a difficult draw in the group stages. I mean, if Juventus finishes second, then they're guaranteed to play the top, the group toppers of any other group, be it from English teams or Spanish teams or even Italian teams. So it really, the group is not over. I mean, that's a cracker of a group, man. But then PSG, let me just finish on the group. PSG won 7-2. I think Messi with 2 goals. Mbappe, I think also with 2 goals. Neymar with goals. I mean, those were beautiful goals, man. I think for them, this wasn't really a hunt, but a slaughter. Because the teams really have to work that much hard to defeat Maccabi. Although Maccabi got 2 beautiful headers, 2 goals from, I think it was the same player, yeah. But then nonetheless, man, we all expected PSG to score. I just didn't think it was going to be a 7. If a betting man and said over 5.5, man, you'd have made money. But then nonetheless, man, PSG are PSG. I think for them, again, it's a team that we will all judge in the round of 16. Let me just talk about the Salzburg versus Chelsea. Because, you know, I'm a Chelsea fan. I love the Blues, the mighty Blues. But then nonetheless, man, Chelsea, we didn't play particularly well. Like, if I'm being honest, we didn't. Yes, we controlled the game, especially the first half. The first half was really good. And what I like, let me just focus on the positives. What I like about Chelsea under Graham Potter is, even though he's chopping and changing the team, he's rotating the players, at least at any given point, especially in the Champions League, whenever attacking, you have like 4 or 5 players in the box. I mean, I remember under Thomas Tuchel, there was a time where if Havertz is striking, he's outside the 18-yard area. He's flowing to the right, to the left. He's trying to link up play. And that time, we're putting the team in their own half. We don't have anyone in the box. This time around, I mean, Opa had chances to score goals. I mean, Havertz had chances to score goals. Pulisic came in and did well. I think in the midfield, what's his name? Gallagher. I think for me, Gallagher is a player. He did well. He was all over the pitch. But then now, on the goals, I think the Kovacic goal, it's good to see Kovac scoring. I wish he can get more goals and assists. Definitely, I think for Kovac, if I'm near Graham Potter, I'll say, tell Kovac to make sure that this season, at least he gets like 7 goals and 7 assists in all competitions. I know that's pretty low, but then for a player like Kovacic, who normally doesn't do that for us, we need those kind of goals from him. I think with Jorginho, you know, if it's a penalty, Jorginho is to step up. Chances are he scores 8 out of 10 penalties, you know. So at least he does contribute in that sense. But then for us to be a guaranteed top 4 team, I think we need Kovac to also step up with assistant goals. In as much as Mount has been doing some of late, we also need Ruben Loftus-Cheek to also step up with goals and assists. And Gallagher, I mean, if across our midfield we get like 20 goals from all midfielders and maybe 15 assists across all midfielders, I think overall that'd be a good statement. And can you just say, I mean, the goal by Havertz, no keeper in the world is saving that goal. You put your Ederson, your Alisson, your Noah, your Courtois, no keeper is saving that goal. Those are 2 brilliant goals from Kovacic and what's his name? And Havertz. Those are 2 beautiful goals. But nonetheless, man, let's look at the negative. Chelsea always concede a similar goal. I've seen this goal being consistent under 4 coaches now. I saw it under Conte. I saw it under Lampard. I saw it under Tuchel. And I've seen it under Graham Potter, where we're pinning a team, right? Somehow we don't have a defensive midfielder. We're pinning a team in their own half. A defender makes mistakes, he steps in. Thiago Silva, last night, he stepped in. The team played past him. He missed the tackle. And we were so exposed. I mean, they hit us on a counter. It was a beautiful goal from Southbank, no doubt about it. It was a beautiful goal, but then they hit us. We were so open on the counter. And that's always a worry for me. I remember last season against United, the goal Sancho scored, it was the same goal. I remember I was playing Arsenal, I think it was under Lampard or so, and it was Martinelli who scored for Arsenal. It was a Stafford Bridge. I remember again for which team we're playing. I think it was also under Conte. We considered the same goal. On the counter, the team breaks us. We so open. Again, we are crying out for a defensive midfielder. Someone, even if we're controlling the position or putting the team in, is just a step ahead of the defenders. So that Thiago Silva or any other defender doesn't have to step in to make the tackle in the midfield. Because it leaves us so open, man. But nonetheless, Chelsea are through to the round of 16. I think we just have to guarantee we finish top of the group and maybe get a favorable draw in the round of 16. Still on the Chelsea group, AC Milan were 4-0 victors away to Maccabi, which for them, I think that was a good, impressive away win. Remember, Chelsea lost away to Dinamo Zagreb, sorry. Milan beat Dinamo Zagreb. Chelsea lost away. And again, looking at the group, man, Chelsea's on 10 points. Yes, we are going to round of 16. We haven't won the group, but then we've qualified the round of 16. Dinamo Zagreb is AC Milan is on 7 points, Salzburg on 6, and Dinamo Zagreb is on 4 points. Again, the match day 6, man, it would be a crack of a game between AC Milan and Salzburg. The winner of that group is guaranteed to finish, to go through the round of 16. If Milan wins that group and let's say Chelsea loses that group, I think Chelsea will finish. I think, yeah, we've topped the group because Chelsea has a better head-to-head against Milan, who is the only team that can catch us on points. And then so, the battle for the second now, Milan plays Salzburg. I'm not sure which team will be home. But then again, I think that would be, for me, the game to watch. Because the winner takes it all in that game. Milan can do with a draw. And so it doesn't do Salzburg any good. But then now, if Milan loses that game, Salzburg are through. So again, I mean, if Milan falls to Europa League, then again, it's another interesting team going down, man. Let me go to another result. A result of interest, definitely. I think Real Madrid are losing away to Leipzig. That was a shocker, really. You don't expect Madrid to lose, but then Salzburg on fire. I mean, they do have 4 players. They do have good 4 players. Timo Werner and Nkunku. I think there's been rumors that Chelsea, maybe they might try and go for Nkunku. So we'll see how that one goes. But then again, I didn't expect Real Madrid to lose away from home. Again, it's a shock. I mean, the Champions League is full of shockers. Let me just look at the group for Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Oh, Real Madrid are on 10 points. Leipzig are on 9 points. Shakhtar on 6 points. I think the saving grace for Real Madrid, I think they play Celtic in the last game. So we expect Real Madrid to draw to Celtic to top the group. But then if they mess up anyway, because they're on 10 points, Leipzig on 9, Shakhtar on 6. If they mess up at any point and Shakhtar lose to Leipzig, I mean, if Real Madrid finishes second in the group, then all the teams will finish top. We have a difficult round of 16. Whoever will be thrown against Madrid will have a difficult round of 16. We saw what Madrid did last season, man. So, again, it's another group in the A. And then, of course, Shakhtar, they drew with the Celtic. I think Shakhtar, they'll be looking to possibly, like, fall down to Europa League and just have maybe a good run in the Europa League. And then, another result to look at, man. Let me just... another result to look at. I think the Dortmund versus City game, and it was a boring score draw. It was 0-0 draw. Sorry, it was a boring match. I thought City, of course, Dortmund made it difficult for City, and in as much as Dortmund had chances, it was a 0-0 draw. Where again, I think it has come to a point now where Pep has to say to Riyad Mahrez, don't take penalties. I think Mahrez has missed like his 3 penalties, like. Every time he takes a penalty, you know Mahrez is going to miss. I think the first time for me, the penalty that comes to mind, which Mahrez missed when it like sent me a message that Mahrez is not good at penalties. Remember the 0-0 throw against Liverpool at Anfield, where he just ballooned it over the net, man. So again, I think City could have won if Mahrez had buried the penalty, but then, yeah, I think it's another group where City, you expect City really to top the group. I mean, City are on 11 points, Dortmund on 8 points, Sevilla on 5, and FC Copenhagen on 2. And I think City have Sevilla in their next match. I think Sevilla have to go to Manchester City and make sure they just don't lose the game. in as much as people want to win the game to guarantee a top spot, I think they are guaranteed because they have a better head-to-head against Dortmund anyway. But then I think for Sevilla, to make sure that they guarantee they fall into Europa, where they are specialists in Europa League, they will just have to make sure they just get a point away from City, or that Dortmund really like hounds and nullifies FC Copenhagen, you know. But nonetheless, man, that has been Champions League, the match day 1 of Game Week 5. It has been an interesting group. We saw some crack-off games. We enjoyed crack-off football, man. I can't wait to watch match day 2. I am going to give to a preview of match day 2, man. It's going to be another interesting group. I mean, there are other big teams who are in danger to follow Juventus' way to the Europa League. Really, I dare say Barca, man. If Barca falls through, I know, like I am a Barca fan, I have a soft spot for Barca. I know if Barca falls to Europa League, my phone would be buzzing with messages from my friends who are Real Madrid fans, man. And people would just enjoy and celebrate the fact that Barca have fallen through. Especially, you know, as a Chelsea fan, with the signings that Barca stole from us, really. With the signings that Barca stole from Chelsea. I mean, a lot of Chelsea fans who hate Barca will be celebrating at the fact that all the players who rejected Chelsea for Barca will be fighting in the Europa League. But nonetheless, guys, this has been fun. It's been a fun match week. Match week 5, day 1, man, of Champions League. I can't wait for day 2. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Special thanks and shout out to a new member who subscribed to the channel, and those who are checking out the views of the channel, who are liking the channel, man. I appreciate the support. Continue to check out, continue to drop more footballing content. I'm signing out. It's Ronald, I'm your host. Cheers.